Welcome to the Hanover Lawn Bowling Club for the gold medal game of the Ontario Men's Forest Championship. The championship started with 15 teams. We're down to our final two. The two teams are Derek Mackay from Woodstock against Heng Lee from Toronto. These teams got to the final two very different ways. Peter's team's undefeated right now. They had two very close round robin games, but then have won their both quarterfinal and semifinal game. Heng Lee's team, they lost their first two round robin games, won their third one and got in on a tiebreak, a shot differential tiebreak, and then won their quarterfinal game and then just won the semifinal in an extra end. So it's a tale of two very different weekends, but they're all in the same spot. The winner of this game goes to the Canadian Championships in Edmonton in August. So they're just finishing up their second trial end. They each get two ends of practice to try to read the green, learn the green, figure out the weight, and how it's drawing. So the lead for Derek Mackay's team, Everett Wires, just finished his second. Derek's team's the defending bronze medalists at the Canadian Championships. They ended up with the bronze last year. Everett, playing lead for Derek, is also the defending Canadian silver medalist in the singles. Heng Lee's lead is Ricky Lau from Toronto. And Derek's second, who just delivered, is Murray Benoise from Seaforth. Heng's second, who's throwing now, is Dave Defoe from Cambridge. Now I think they've made a lineup change. At the start of the tournament, Dave was playing third. And after they lost their first two games, I think they made a lineup change, switched Dave and Desmond, and it's worked out for them ever since. They've won all three games ever since. Derek's team won their semifinal 13-9 over Brad Titchburn's team, and Heng Lee won their game in an extra end, their semifinal, over Chad Berge from Lindsay. They were down 8-1 and then came back to force an extra end, and Heng had to make his last shot to win that extra end to get here.
As you notice, they're doing trial ends. When they hit the jack is just replaced where it was to do the trial end. The bowls are taken off because they're just checking out where the green is. Or maybe they're checking the weight. I don't know. We like to check where the green is. But as you say, the team of four could have a couple of them checking different parts.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Desmond Tibby from Toronto, out of the Leaside Club. And then Peter Mutter from Lucan, Ontario. Peter's by far the most experienced player on the rink. He's been playing for several years. He's been playing in Ontario Championships and in Canadian Championships since the late 80s. So he's got a lot of experience.
Sorry I'm late. I was downstairs working on the women's uniforms.
Oh, okay.
The winning team gets a jacket and two shirts supplied by the OLBA. The OLBA also will pay their fee into the BCB Championship in August. Bowls Canada Bowling Green, that's what BCB stands for.
Yeah, the players are just changing over so the skips can play their last two trial bowls. Derek Mackay is going to play first, out of the Woodstock Club. A relative newcomer to the game. He's been playing for, I wouldn't even say 10 years.
No, not even.
But he's had a lot of success. He practices a lot and works hard, and he's reaped the benefits.
Yes.
He's played in a few Canadian championships already.
He's paired up with some very good Ontario bowlers to learn what he's learned.
That's
true. And then
on
the team play that he's done, has done very well.
Then Heng Lee, I'm not sure how long Heng's been playing. He's new to Ontario. He's played out of Vancouver for some years and then recently moved to Ontario and has taken the scene by storm.
Yes, he covered the indoors and took gold last year, and he'll get to compete in the indoors this year doing the gold because we didn't have an indoor championship for Bowls Canada last year. We're sending our gold winners from last year to that, as well as our gold winners from this year, because we were allowed two representatives from Ontario.
Okay.
For the indoors. Now, for the regulars, I believe it's one team of each.
Yes,
to
that's
the majors.
Right. One team, yeah. In the past, Ontario's had two.
We were allowed more, yes. And they may come back and ask for more. Sometimes that happens. Okay. Where we had singles, and they came back and said, can you send us 4 more players? And we had to decide whether we would or not. Sometimes players aren't available. Sometimes other things have come up they hadn't planned to do it when they didn't make the first cut.
Yeah, once they've lost, they've
Yeah.
made other commitments.
Then they did another commitment, yeah. They are committed. They have to be, the COP, our conditions of play, state that you must be prepared to bowl the furthest advancement of whatever championship you're in. Now, this one happens to have a Canadian level. Not all the championships do. The novice championship will not have a Canadian level. We have an Ontario novice championship. It runs novices from when you start bowling up to 5 years of bowling, you're considered a novice. So you'd be bowling against people of about the same level, generally speaking. And that means even your years of bowling in other countries would count.
There's a good opener from Ricky. This is going to be a good battle up front with the leads. Both very steady draw players.
Ah.
So whoever gets the edge is going to set their team up with easier high percentage shots for later on in the end.
Mm.
So Heng's teams, because they had such an exciting semi-final, it's only been about 20 minutes since that finished.
Hasn't been
They were
long.
very excited coming off the green.
Yep.
So they're going to have to stay calm and settle into the game very quickly.
Yeah, Ricky Lau on the mat now. Yep.
Yeah, get the adrenaline out of their system and just focus on this game.
Or the adrenaline can keep them pumped up and carry them along in the tide
That's
if they're
true, yeah.
doing well with it. Yeah. He's got a back bowl. There you go. Pierre.
So this is the fourth game of the day for these teams. We had some rain yesterday, so that forced the postponement of the last round robin game. So they had to finish that this morning, and then this is the third knockout stage game for the men. Started with the quarterfinals, semifinals, and then now the finals. So it's very hot outside. It's in the 40s after humidity. So
Extremely warm out there.
yeah, the guys are going to be hot and tired. So the big challenge is going to stay mentally focused
Yes.
for the game. And then there's the distraction of playing in an Ontario final, the excitement of possibly winning and going out west.
Yeah.
So the key is to just stay calm and focus on what you're doing, and then concentrate on the celebrations afterwards.
I'm not seeing any wet towels on the neck. Sometimes that's a good thing to cool down. I noticed this year a lady had a fan on her neck, and she asked if that was legal, and that was being processed. They have electric fans that just sit on your neck and cool your neck. And the problem there is they're looking at the ruling to see for electronic devices.
Oh, okay.
Because they don't want anything that would communicate to anyone else. You can't be cell phone usage, or you can't have music. So a fan, though, to do coolness, that's a different use altogether. So that was being looked into. I understand, I think it was Giant Tiger had them for $10 each or something. They were picking them up. So it's a little battery-operated fan that sits on your neck. In this hot weather, it would be something very useful, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, Murray just looks like second shot. So it looks like Heng's team is line shot.
Holding first, yeah.
Still lots of bowls to come. So it looks like Desmond's going to stick to the forehand. Just follow his teammates in.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his own shot bowl that he can use as backing. So he doesn't have to be perfect with his weight.
Ah, he has the double colored. Now that's not an ace. It's a. Is it a tiger bowl? No.
Arrow, but I'm not sure
arrow
the
bowl,
I'm
probably.
not sure the line.
The line, no, but it is a specific kind of company that will make bowls that color. Double colors, different colors, not always black and yellow, but they are striped differently, and they look very different when they're rolling.
It looks like Peter played good weight, just got a little underneath and ended up crashing on the short bowl. Both these skips play a little bit aggressive, but in a different way. Derek tends to play more big weight, full-on drives, with lots of speed. Heng plays aggressive where he plays a lot of weight, but he has more controlled weight. He doesn't throw it as hard, lets the bowl bend a little bit, but still has the same effect.
This.
Peter might think
Peter on
about
the
switching hands now with that one. He can use that one as a guide and a wing. That forehand looks like it's getting pretty blocked up.
A wing? No, he's going to send it in. Jack stuck to the black one.
Yeah, two down. And Peters made an adjustment throughout the day. I noticed this morning he was playing with a different set of bowls. So
Oh, is
he
that
must
right?
have, yeah, he was playing with
Okay.
green ones. I think they're a size smaller,
Okay.
in a different line, a different make. So he must have saw something with the greens, the way the bowl was reacting with the
Reacting
greens,
green.
thought he'd switch to a different set.
Thought that would do something different. That's the thing with championship bowlers. They may have 2-3 sets of bowls that they own that they can bring along, and they can have the umpire approve them, and they can switch up then in between games. It can certainly be to their advantage.
Interesting to see what Derek's going to do here. It looks like there's a port that he can drive through.
Mm.
Otherwise, he can play a draw on the backhand. It looks like Peter's showing him through the forehand.
Is he looking for a draw on the
I
forehand?
think so, yeah. There's a pretty small gap, though.
That'd be
It's going to be
Peter's
tough to get
advice.
through. He's got a bit of weight. Looking for contact, open it up. Oh, we found the hole. Good effort. Got rid
Yeah,
of
one.
well, he got rid of one, but
I
I think
think.
he might have took his own out as well, so it might still be three.
Oh,
That gray one at the sides in the
I
count.
see. Okay.
I don't think he's made it any better as far as his next shot, though.
Hmm.
Heng's going down to take a look. With the jack movement, it changed a little bit. They're at least 21 meters from the mat to the jack, so things look a little bit different from the mat. So sometimes the players like to walk up to the head if something's changed and get a clear picture in their head.
Get it better, yeah.
Yeah, just so they know exactly how much room they have. Heng's going to play his forehand. Probably
Here he
try to
goes.
find that same port that Derek just found.
Derek had, yes.
And he's got Desmond's there
No,
on the run.
he's got behind. Unlucky break there. This would be Derek's second ball then, I guess.
Yeah, last bowl of the
Last
end.
ball of the end, okay. So
Miss.
they're playing for gold and silver?
Yes.
Is that it? Yes, okay. Sorry.
Derek switched to the backhand.
And he's coming in that port.
He's
No,
gotta stay off of
he
that
moved
one.
That one up. Ouch.
Okay, two out for sure. They'll have a look for a third, possibly fourth. I don't think it'd be four, though.
Two. They're going to stay with two by the looks of it.
No, it'd end up three.
Oh, it was.
Three.
I thought I saw two taps on his top of his hat, but maybe he had three very quick ones.
Good start for Hengley. We play 12 ends. If they're tied after 12 ends, they'll play an extra end.
The tiebreaker. And the points won't count on the tiebreaker.
That's right, yeah.
Just going to be the winner-loss.
So Ricky's brought the mat up a little bit. They can move it anywhere from the tee, which is 2 meters from the ditch, up to the hog line. The only stipulation is, however far they bring the mat up, the jack has to go that much farther past the hog line
On
to
this
make sure
side.
it's the 21 meter minimum.
So there are two hog lines on an entire green that has our 8 rinks. I don't know if you can take a picture of the piggy on the stick over there at some point. You can see the white piggy on this. Yes, and that piggy is a hog line that runs all the way to the other end, which is another piggy on the other side of the green. So it's an invisible line, you might say, or they might have it chalked.
A good opening goal from Ricky.
Back to the game, sorry.
Everett's played a good response. And touch, good for shot. Everett's a very steady player, very consistent.
Very calm.
Yeah, very calm as well.
Yeah. Derek, I see, is a little bit more emotional, and whether that's because he's younger, I don't know. But he can get very excited and very loud at times.
Yeah, a little bit of boisterous on the greens is usually fun.
Yes.
It's usually positive, that's the main thing.
Positive.
Yeah. Everett well down again. Just wants to sneak past that back one in front. Just a
came
little
up to it.
short. sets up a plant on that black one, so that changes the angles. There's only so much that Heng's team can do with it now.
So that's David Defoe, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
He dropped a little short as well.
Is he from Heritage?
He's a member of Heritage,
Yeah,
lives in
Heritage.
Cambridge, a
Cambridge,
member of
okay.
Heritage in Kitchener.
Kitchener, okay. Yeah, the Heritage Lawn Bowling Club. Kitchener has 2 lawn bowling clubs. The other one's called the Kitchener Lawn Bowling Club, but it's not very active at the moment.
Good spot for Murray. So Murray's the only left-handed player on the green, so things change a little bit. Similar
Is
to
that right?
curling, when you have a left-hander and right-hander, they're just a slightly different line. Sometimes it's an advantage, sometimes it's not, depending on how the green's playing.
Mm.
But Murray's also very steady. Players seem to be favoring that side of the green so far. Both ends, most of the bowls have been played on that
Oh,
side.
look at that.
Good effort there.
Yeah.
Still a good spot.
Yes, it is.
It's probably maybe a foot behind.
Yeah.
Anytime you're just that little bit behind, it makes it a lot more difficult for the other team to get shot. They can trail it a little bit, and you can go right to that one.
Yes.
So it's pretty much just a cold draw, and then when you're trying to cold draw, you run the risk of dropping short,
Mm.
and then it makes it tougher on the next one. So Desmond's just going to look to draw a close one.
He's got the backhand.
It's got a little bit of weight. It just looks like it held out with that.
Yep, just missed the cat. Will he
Peter's
try for a blocker or going to do a draw?
I think he's going to try to draw. If he trails the jack a little bit, he'd be buried. It'd make things a lot more difficult.
He's come right over there. Is that a good spot?
It is.
Could be
yeah.
a wing or not?
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it gives
be a
him
little
something
bit.
to
Oh,
push
he's
and
throwing
sit.
heavy here.
A
Missed.
little bit under.
No.
So yeah, Peter might want to try to clean that up a little bit. Just try to come the inside of it or outside, turn it over just to narrow that target down.
Narrow it down.
That way, if he misses, he can slip through and get the best back ball, which is the furthest one behind, covers the tee.
Right.
Yeah, so that looked like he was trying. Didn't quite make best back, but it's still a good spot. I think Heng's going to try the same thing that Desmond just tried. Just play a little bit of weight down the backhand, look for the jack. If he trails it all the way through, he'll be laying 2, maybe 3. So with the 3 they scored the first end, that would put the pressure on Derek early.
That's true. Lovely. Smooth delivery.
It's close.
Yep, right to there. Beauty.
Well played. Yeah, that's where Peter got unlucky with where his bowl finished.
Where it finished up.
Now Derek's got to be careful. There's not too much he can do with this. If it hits the bowl onto the jack and the jack goes through, he'll be 2 down. Whereas right now he's only 1. But to get shot out of this, it's going to be very tough. He's going to have to be perfect on the draw.
If he sends in a back one and then kills it.
Yeah, he could do that too. Yeah, if it gets hit out of
If
bounds,
he-
it goes to the spot, which is 2 meters from the ditch.
He's not doing that right now. He's just moving it over.
Well, he opened it, left himself something for the
Something
second
to
shot.
work on, yeah. Or for the other team to put in another blocker.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, if Heng draws and stops a little bit short,
See what
that'll
he
close
can
it
do.
down.
I've heard it said that blockers and guards are the hardest position to
They
get your
are,
bowl
yeah.
to end up.
Yeah, if it doesn't finish on target, it's pretty much wasted. It's got no value.
No value then, yeah.
And sometimes it can be used as a guide. The other team uses it as a sight line to play just inside it. So
Right.
looks like he's going to draw.
Oh,
He's played it really well.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
Oh,
2
that's
shots.
perfect. Just behind. Yeah, that's lovely for him.
Well, Derek definitely won't be short. I think he looked at trying to chip the jack sideways. It's Peter's bowl, the black one out to the side. He can trail it through to the orange and the teal,
Teal, yes.
which is Everett's and Murray's. So he has options. It's just a very difficult shot. He's played it well.
It's coming up to it.
You
Okay.
could try hit the ball,
Yeah.
but didn't quite get it.
No, it's still probably 2 down, but Let's see what they say. He's showing 2. No measurement there.
Good start for Hangley's team.
Tis so.
Ricky's a little bit short with this one. He'll look to make an adjustment with the second. He seems to be favoring his backhand. So some players prefer a backhand over the forehand. Others prefer to keep the same side of the rink. It looks like Everett's playing the same side of the rink.
Okay.
Good start.
Yeah, just came inside. I would say it looks like 2 feet in front, maybe. Ricky was one of the gentlemen I spoke with earlier who was telling me that he likes the mental strategy of the game to keep active. As a senior, you want to keep your mind active, and he found lawn bowling's doing that, and he was very thrilled to find a sport that he could do that in.
Yeah, he played that one very well. Holding shot. He's forced Everett to switch hands. Everett's got to play the backhand now.
To come over to get that off of there if he could.
So he'll just be looking to draw close and try to build a target for the rest of the team to use.
And he's right there.
We're just a little bit short.
Short, okay. That was a good line. He's in front of the cap.
Yeah, and Hang right away asking David to play a back bowl. He knows that Derek's team's going to have to play weight.
Derek knows how to do weight. Yeah, that's not quite what he wanted.
No, it worked out well. But yeah, it's definitely not what he wanted.
Yeah.
So Derek's going to get there first. He's going to put the receiver in and then save the hitting for him and Peter.
Yeah. And wants Murray to park it at the back, I guess.
Yeah, cover the tee.
Cover the tee. Okay.
Yeah, Derek doesn't like the way this is setting up, so he's giving himself some options for later.
To be able to smash that and still count.
Murray's played it well.
Exactly what he was asked to do.
Yeah,
come back there.
Maybe a little bit short.
A little bit short, maybe,
but ended up good. I think that's why Derek asked for a back bowl as well.
Okay.
If he does come up short, then he's in the head.
Hang is asking for a back one too. And Dave is able to comply this time. He's given him, yep, it's coming in. And it's behind. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe that is in front of...
Yeah, I think so.
Murray's okay. Optical illusion.
So now Derek's getting a little aggressive. He's, I think he's asking Murray to play through the orange one, or get under it and play for the bowl.
So he had a forehand before, and now he's got a backhand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good contact. Open it up a little bit. It's still going to take some weight to get shot, but he's increased the target. So Heng's team, from what I hear, is lucky to be here.
Yes.
Not because of their play, but they
misunderstanding of the COP and how the scorekeeping was going.
Yeah, they lost their first 2 games of the round robin. The top 2 teams get out of each group.
They were in a pot of
4.
Okay.
So they lost their first 2 and won their last one.
I won the last game.
But other teams, they got the help they needed from other teams and ended up making it through with 1 win on plus minus. But they didn't realize that, and they had their car packed up and their clothes changed and ready to go, and then somebody told them.
There was something he forgot, and he came back to the clubhouse for it, and Steve grabbed him and said, "Listen, we need you. You're still bowling." I think somebody said the umpire was giving them the cards, and they didn't understand about the points differential and how that affected what they were doing. I don't understand the math myself, but apparently they got to come back in and do some more bowling. So they bowled another game after that, and now into this one. Is that how that went?
That's right, yeah.
Because this morning's game they were going to leave, after that one. So.
Or actually 2. This is their third game since, because they had the quarterfinal and semifinal.
Yeah. So very, very good for them to still be here and make it this far.
Yeah, like I said, I think they changed positions. I think
Oh,
Dave
and
started
how
the
the lineup
tournament
was.
playing third
Okay.
or vice, and then I think he switched with Desmond at some point. So
Okay.
they must have just made an adjustment, and
Yeah.
that works. Derek's team did that last year. Peter started skipping, and then
Okay.
they made a change. He moved to second, and Derek
Right.
went to skip.
Skip. Okay. You know, on any given day, your skills can be really dead on, and another partner's skill just not coming up to what he's used to bowling. And so if you swap your positions, it can be all for the better.
That's
when
right.
When you realize it early on.
And it's not a demotion. I know some look at it as a demotion when you drop from skip
To a lead.
second or
Second
something.
or
like
something.
that. It's not. You're all the team. You've all got your job to do.
Ah, there have been some wonderful leads across Ontario. I remember Murray Taylor just really felt it was his job to be the best lead in Ontario, and he was very, very good at it. And no shame there at all. I mean, no harm to be the lead if you can be the best lead.
That's right.
Set up an end for your skip. If you're playing pairs, hey, you got half the game. You got
That's right.
the end set up, yeah.
Yep.
So.
Okay, this is starting to look pretty ugly for Derek here. He might have to play weight with his first one just to open it up. He's got the
very
position.
tight in there.
He's got at least 3, if not 4 best back if the jack can go dead or back to the ditch.
Right.
But I just don't know if the angles are lined up right now.
It's possible the jack could come forward, and then that could be worse.
Yeah, that could be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not playing the weight I expected.
No.
He's
There's
parking
another
it.
one
Does he
behind
have
for him.
another? He has another bowl, doesn't he? That's his
He has
first one.
more, yeah.
He has one more. He's maybe setting up.
Unless they only have the one in the head, but I don't think. No, they have more because they got both oranges.
I don't know what he's planning here. Oh, now that moved it a bit.
Well, he's going to have a look. I think Hang's holding at least 2 at the moment.
Yes.
I don't see anything on the forehand anymore for Derek. The backhand doesn't look much better, but at least there's something to wick off of.
Mm. So if he drove up the middle,
I think
Would be
yeah, and
maybe
maybe
a
catch that last one of Hang's.
okay.
Because I don't think the bowls
Force
at the
it.
cluster out front. It doesn't look like it's lined up that anything's going to go near the jack.
Oh,
They're
then that wouldn't give him the break he wants.
no,
No.
and I don't think he'd cut anything down by doing that either.
So is there a portal on the backhand that he can come up and get where Hangs went? Because I can see a bit of, you see a bit of the jack there?
Yeah.
A sliver? Oh,
Yeah,
he's coming
playing
forehand.
forehand.
You must see something we don't. Oh, but it missed everything. Nope, not what he was hoping for. He's angry. Toss the mat.
Another 2 by the looks of it for Hang.
Yes, he's at 7. Okay.
Good start for them in the final. 7 shots and 3 ends.
Yeah, Steve's team earlier was down 12-0, and they climbed out of that, clawed their way back. They didn't win, but I mean they gave a good showing.
Yeah.
So for a team to have nothing in the first ends, if they're not too worried about it and mentally get around that,
And the bright side for Derek's team is there's still lots of time. There's still 9 ends.
9 ends, okay.
First thing they need to do is just score once. Get on the board, set their jack length, figure something out, start putting
getting
some
it on
pressure
their side. Yeah, get the jack length they can.
Yeah, and just
work
start
the
chipping
best
away at it.
Yeah.
Ricky's on his backhand again.
Hmm. That's a
Good
nice bowl.
opener. So it
Yes,
looks like this
just
might be
behind.
Ricky's best direction.
Best
If all
length.
the other guys are playing that side of the rink and he's playing backhand around the clock, chances are he'll play better this direction where the backhand's the better side to play.
Okay.
Yeah, good response by
He's
Everett.
got a match ball, yeah. He's just pushed it back and now he's shot.
Ricky's just going to want to repeat that. He's already got the back ball now. So just another one close. Just keep the pressure on.
Yeah. Right orange pumpkin. With the black right against it and
Well
be shot.
played.
Yeah.
And 2.
2 even. He's got it back far enough, yeah. That's something in long bowls in Ontario. We don't expect the bowls to match the team. All their team's bowls do not match. What you try to match is your team colors, that you have the same shirt and same shorts.
That's right.
You don't have to match your hat or your socks or your towels or anything. But and you'll notice a lot of players are carrying a towel in their hand or in their pocket, and a towel is handy for wiping off maybe bird droppings or maybe dew worms or just sand out of when it's been in the ditch.
Yeah.
To polish it off. Now he's drawing beautifully there. Just short.
A little bit short.
But it's a nice line. Yeah.
And then at the Nationals, all the different provinces have their different color of stickers. They give them stickers to put on the bowls
So the
that
whole
it's easier.
team will have that color of sticker. Yeah, then your bowls will be very similar.
Yeah, so
color.
they stand out.
Yeah, with the sticker. That will work.
It looks like he's come down with a little weight.
He's
Well played.
done the
Yep.
jack.
I
It's
think
moved back, and we can see the orange one there. You're not able to get it, are you, on the camera?
that was the shot to play. He got unlucky to only get one out of it because they've got the three best back, but they're setting the end up really well.
Camera. Can it catch it? I'm just wondering if it can catch it.
Dave's responded with a trail himself. So right now
Step in there.
the jack is about 6 inches or so, 6 to 8 inches from the ditch. So Dave's bowl touched the jack on its original delivery. So if it gets hit into the ditch, it's still alive. If a bowl hits the jack into the ditch on delivery, it's still alive. So I think by the time this ends over, the jack's going to end up in the ditch with a touching bowl with it. And then everybody else, the rest of the end, will have to draw as close as they can to the jack in the ditch without it falling in.
Right.
Just like Murray's just did. So it looks like he just fell in. So that's going to
they're
get taken
taking
out.
it Yeah.
I think that's the play. I think the rest of the end now, it's too close to the ditch. I think everybody's just got to try to draw it in.
Draw.
Not a lot of weight, just enough to get it in there. The back of the green tends to be a little bit faster because that's the part of the green where the players have been walking on all day.
Yeah.
So the ground's a little bit more compact. So the bowl tends to run on a little bit farther, closer to the ditch.
I can't say Hanover greens particularly have a downhill slope there, not like some greens we've been on in Ontario. They are very, very level in Hanover. Rick Allen is the greenskeeper, and he's kept them up to par.
Yeah, that looks like what Heng's trying to do. He's trying to get it in the ditch before Derek's team does.
Yeah, if he can take that jack and sit on, he'll have one guaranteed shot.
So this will be a much quicker end. Until that jack goes in the ditch, everyone's just going to be trying the same thing.
Coming in, here we go. What's he
It's
got?
close.
He's drawing. Beauty.
Oh, and he's got the toucher.
Yeah, so he'll be live if it gets hit on.
That's right.
Yeah. Now that puts more pressure on Heng's team.
Yeah, so Derek's team's holding shot and then 3/3. But
Okay, this is Desmond's bowl.
Heng's bowl is a toucher, so it's going to be harder to take out. And
Oh, he
Desmond got
took it.
He took it into the
He
ditch and
sank
he's
on it.
lying
That's amazing.
beside it.
Yep.
So I don't even know if there's enough room between the jack and the bowl that if a bowl stays on the green, it'll even score.
As a cliffhanger, yeah?
So, but they can try to drive or hit the touchers that are on the green into the ditch.
Yes, if it's theirs.
So that looks like what Peter's trying to do here.
Gonna move
If he
one
hits
in,
it
he
square, he's
hopes.
going to be close.
Yep, he's
He's got
in.
it. He's right on
Okay.
top.
So is he shot now?
He is shot.
He is
And
shot.
he will be unless Heng can hit Dave's toucher, the gray one, closer. But I don't think the angle's lined up that it's
to
not
be
going
able to hit it in square. No.
Yeah.
And there's still 4 bowls to come by the looks of it. Both skips. So that's an exciting end, really.
Yeah, so that's
Playing
likely
the
what
ditch.
Heng's going to try to do because I don't think there's a bowl that can beat their toucher in the ditch. So I think he'll try to drive Dave's toucher into the ditch. And then I don't think there's anything Derek can do. Maybe just try to block that.
Change that, yeah. Block it, yeah. All touchers are live when they're in the ditch. They're still in play in the game because they're within the boundary of the rink. We're on rink number 10 here.
This is a good end for Derek's team. Hopefully this changes things around for them. They're not playing bad at all. They're just getting one-upped by Heng's
Yes.
team.
He's got weight. He wants to send something in here. Let's see what he can move. it's got a gray one,
He's
but that
moved
was
that
not
one.
a toucher, I don't believe.
No, that's the one
No.
that's not.
Not a toucher, so it didn't change anything, or does it change
I don't think it changed anything.
how he's gonna send?
It looks like he has a toucher. It looks like that teal bowl has a chalk mark on it. Right there, the one right beside the orange one.
Yeah, that
So-
looks like a white mark.
I don't know if there's anything he can do to
Hmm.
slice it over. I don't think it would go in the ditch, but it might be the only thing he can try. There's nothing to lose.
Generally speaking, when they're firing hard ones in, they tell people to move off, or people already know, get off the rink, get onto the bank, where it's safer. You don't want to be hit by a ball that comes in with speed like that. Could hurt your ankle or shin or whatever. So he didn't hit anything, it just went straight in the ditch?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to try his shot again.
He's coming off this hand again. Forehand, and he's got weight. And
Just ducked under a little bit, wrecked on the
Okay.
front.
yep, and it's dead in the ditch.
That gave some separation between the teal toucher and the orange.
Orange, so
They were locked in.
a little different looking now.
He can split the two. It might actually be a break for Derek. It might.
Be
It
able to
looks like
split
there's at
those?
least a chance that it can send it over.
Between the orange and the teal,
Yeah.
to come in between them would split them. They would go either way. Maybe one would go in the ditch that he wants.
He's playing the backhand.
You're right, he is. Interesting. Reach it from there. He's got a different plan, maybe.
Oh, he's wrecked on the front.
Yeah, didn't change anything.
One for Derek. They're on the board,
Yeah, better than nothing.
so they'll
There
probably
we go.
try something different. They might try to move the mat or play
Yes.
a longer jack, because
Yes,
they haven't
something.
been playing long so far, I don't think.
He wants it at the hog line. No, maybe not. I thought he was bringing it out to show him where he wanted it. It's this end that has to be brought out anyway.
Yeah, so he's out a few feet, not too much.
No.
And it looks like Derek's standing long for a long jack.
Long,
They haven't
yes.
played this long yet, so. The right idea, try something different.
Yeah. You want to find your strength for your team and the weakness of the other.
Well, that's right.
Didn't get quite as long as Derek wanted, but it's totally legal within the limits.
And it's longer than they were playing, so that should help.
Okay.
It's something
Okay.
something a little bit different.
Different, a little different.
Maybe
Okay.
not as long as he wanted it.
Yeah. And the green changes up a bit the distance that you play for which width
Absolutely.
you take. Yeah. Your line.
If they've been playing short the whole time, that drop half is going to be beaten down, and then you're going to get on a little bit of fresh grass, which is
Fresh
going to be a
grass.
little bit slower.
Slower then, okay.
So it changes the weight for sure. Yeah, Everett's sticking
Oh,
to that
it's a
side of the
lovely
green. He's
ball.
playing it really well.
That's his natural length maybe, is it?
I think so, yeah. He likes a little
because
bit
Everett's long.
Ricky switch. He's playing the forehand.
Okay.
So maybe he's noticed that that side of the rink's playing a little bit better. and
Maybe
he's
so.
Given up on the backhand going this way.
Yeah. He's going to come up to it again. No, it didn't come in. He's got the back. If it stays on. It did. Be pretty close to that back T mark. The respot. Everett's throwing the same forehand.
Yep, looked like he's
Mm,
going to
just draw a second one.
draw another one. A little
Sit
bit
right with
heavy.
his. Oh, he's
matches
gonna
its spine.
match. Okay. Not too far away, but yet got the back covered. Ricky Lau. Nicely away.
Looks like his weight's going to
Come
be really
to the
good.
first one, curl right there. No.
A good second.
Well, it's beside it. Yeah.
Good second.
I thought it would come up in front of it, but no, it's beside it.
Doesn't look like Murray got this one away clean. It's going to come up short.
And it's really narrow. It's turning over there. Not what he was after. I don't know if he dropped it a bit, maybe.
It looked like it, yeah. It
Yeah.
didn't look like he got it away the way he
Didn't
usually
come
does.
clean, no. Here's Dave's. Dave's coming up to that orange one. Right there, bang
Yeah,
on.
good shot.
Now they're counting 2. Murray, what you gonna do? He's our left-handed bowler. He's got backhand.
Backhand, yes. Yes, backhand. He got this one away a little bit better.
Yes.
It's going to be a big adjustment, though. Looks like he's going to be
Come
close.
into it, take the cat. Just
Well
like that,
played.
trailed it.
2 for
He's got
sure,
a good shot
possibly
there.
3.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. There's the orange one back there. Okay.
Now they're playing off center a little bit, so that also changes the
Changes
lines.
everything you're lying, yeah. What to take for grass. Dave's gonna come up with a backhand, is it? Or for him it's
Play
a
the
forehand.
forehand.
It's the forehand because he's right-handed. Okay.
So maybe that first one of Murray's is blocking them in their eye. They'd rather just stay away from it.
Maybe so.
Peter's playing it, though, so he must see a path around
Path around it. Yep, he's by it. But it's not coming
it.
back.
Just a little bit heavy.
Heavy is why. Yeah, it won't curl as much when it's heavy. Okay.
Desmond's just going to stick to the forehand and work on Dave's last one. Promote it or slip through and get to the
Slip
shot.
through, yeah.
Lots of percentages. He's played it well.
It's coming up there. Oh,
He's gonna draw it cold.
Draw cold. Well, he's in front probably a foot.
Yeah,
or
he's still
more.
one down, but it's a lot better.
Okay.
Now what does Peter do? I think he almost, Derek called him to trail it through, I think. Get it first.
So the symbol or hand signal for that was a fingers kind of.
Yeah, I
moving
think you
it
say I was sort of pointing to
the jack and-
behind.
Okay. Oh, it didn't quite make it.
Unless Peter's last one got in his way, I imagine it'll be a similar shot from Desmond. He's played it well. I think he got shot out of it. He just raised his first one. Like Derek's going to play the forehand. Try to get through that port. Let it swing to the jack, trail it through. He's got a few back bowls in position.
The port you're seeing is between the yellow gray and the gray?
In the solid gray, yeah.
Solid gray, okay.
The way the other ones have been playing, it looks like it'll swing once it gets once it gets inside the center line.
Okay.
Looks like he's just a little bit narrow.
It's coming over. Yeah. Did not.
Maybe not quite the weight for what he wanted. Probably wants another 2 or 3 feet more weight.
A little heavier?
Yeah,
You're thinking? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
To move the bowl that's there once it gets in there. Yeah.
Yeah, that solid gray one looks like it's there to be used for him.
That might be a wing, is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we call it wicking or winging, or I'm not sure what other terms there are.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
you
wicking,
come off
yeah.
it. People would say, well, it's bouncing off or glancing off, but it's a wick. And then they'll say you're playing wicket bowls.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
He's got
great
that
shot.
wick. And he's in.
Well,
Pretty close to the jack, I'm sure.
it's frustrating when someone misses and gets one of those, but he played that. It was there to be had, so it's good for him to get it first. He might have left Derek a shot, though. 'Cause Derek has the back bowls,
Ah,
so he might have got a great shot, but he might have got unlucky with how it finished.
finished. Can't tell it from here exactly.
He's playing a little bit of weight, but
It's coming
It's
into
close.
that. Very good.
oh, unlucky.
Yep.
He just tipped his own over. He might have
Over.
might have brought that gray one in.
Count different now. That was unlucky results for what he was hoping for. So Hang still has a bowl here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I imagine he'll play something similar to his last one, just with a little bit less weight. He doesn't want to get heavy and chip
No,
the jack.
just needs to draw. Because Derek has no more left.
Right.
Okay. Last bowl. And the last bowl is often called the hammer in curling, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so then we'll use that term here at times. I don't know if our viewers have been watching, but the team that wins the end, they get to start the next end. They get to set the mat and jack where they like once they've won the end. At one time there was a choice in there where
Yeah, and it wasn't well received.
No, so World Bowls changed it back again, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was too much an advantage for the top class players
Yes.
to have it. Like at the club level, it was probably a good rule, but
Right.
for top class players, it's too much of an advantage.
Okay, he's not even in the
Yeah.
count, I don't think. But he wasn't worried.
Not a bad way to miss, no.
No.
So 2 more for him. He's opened up a 9-1 lead after 5 ends.
Mm.
Ricky's brought the mat up a little bit again.
Yes. Let's see whether they get called on the short jack. We haven't seen the umpires out measuring anything.
Not yet, no.
Did they measure anything for the women's game?
Not that I saw, no. I don't think so.
Not jacks or bowls, no.
They're keeping
Okay.
it easy for them.
They are. The umpires will be sitting in the shade.
Yeah, the umpires are usually used when it's too close to decide a measure, or if a bowl or the jack's on the line. There's not a whole lot where the umpire does in terms of judgment, where there's like an interpretation of the rule or anything.
Mm.
So it's most of the players usually determine the outcomes. Sometimes they can't determine it, so the umpire
Lovely bowl.
says, "Good start by Ricky."
Yeah. Now, is that his natural length, do you think?
It
That
must be, yeah.
He
keeps
stands up
going
so
with it.
easily, yeah. Let's see what Everett can do there.
He's played it well as well.
There we go. Oh,
Yeah. Both leads are having
it's
a
a
good
good
game.
position, yeah. I have to tell you something funny. I was playing in Richmond Hill with my daughter with a women's tournament, whatever it was, and she was selling her equipment for, it's no longer Drake's, it's now Buffa. And Ricky was on the outside of the fence looking in, and I thought he was a passerby, and I went over and said, "Do you know anything about lawn bowling?" "Yes," he says. And I'm like, "Oh!" That's my thing. I like to walk up to complete strangers and say, "Oh, you're watching the game. Do you know anything about it?" He was just, oh, put my foot in my mouth.
Good answer by Everett.
That's our standing joke when we see each other now. Yes, I know how to bowl. Ah. None of our bowlers have coaches of the 4s that I've seen.
Not this weekend,
Not this
no.
weekend, no.
Bowlers can have a coach,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't see any of them being used.
No. Coaches have been encouraged, especially among the novices. They want them to have coaches, but we've been working on training club coaches the last couple of years. I've noticed OLBA has been working on it. Ontario Lawn Bowls Association wants to increase the coaching. The competitive coach, high competitive coach, is what would be used out here for these championships. And the club coach would be someone who's helping the beginner learn in the proper formats and proper disciplines of, good delivery, good basics. He's telling him what he wants.
It looks like he's trying to match those 2 orange ones. I don't think he's going to quite make it, though.
Didn't make it. It wasn't quite long enough. Yeah.
I think Murray should just adjust the weight with this one, try to trail the jack to the orange one.
Bring it over.
It's tough. Second's a very tough position to play because your weight control has to be really good. Like they want him to be up to give him a chance to trail it, but they don't want him losing his bowl in the ditch.
No.
So
Right.
it's very tough. You have to have really strong weight control to play second effectively.
Now, when you played with your family, what was your position?
Vice.
You were vice.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan would be skipping?
Yes.
Okay, so you, Ryan, and then yourself, and then
My
second
dad.
was your dad?
Yeah.
And then lead was
Chris.
Chris
Yeah.
then, okay. I forget, it's been so long since I've seen you guys bowl. The 4s. Oh, that's off, he's setting it out.
Pete's going for it by the looks of it. He's got a little bit of weight.
Yeah, he's going to come in, is he? No, it didn't come in.
He's just going to hold on. He's going to finish in a good spot, though.
Got a back one. The
Matches
receiver
theirs.
is no harm.
So yeah, I don't think they're going to be trying to take it to the ditch this end like they did 2 ends ago. I think they're just going to want to trail it a little bit, just to make that back orange one shot.
See if he can get in there at all. Bumped and rolled over. Not quite what he wanted, I don't think, but the end is always changing. Very fluid. The skip can call the shots, but if the player can't deliver them,
Exactly,
you
yeah.
can't get set exactly what you'd hoped for.
And that's where you're knowing your teammates' strengths and weaknesses
Is helpful.
come in handy, yeah.
And if a teammate can't see the shot, doesn't have confidence in making what the skip is calling for, and they start bowling their own game, you've got a split team.
Yeah. And that's no good.
No,
Only 2 bowls
no.
each. You have to play together all down
You
the
want-
line.
yeah,
you got to build
you
on
wanna-
the previous player's
sure.
bowls.
Yeah, it's a team sport here. You can't be in it for yourself because that's not going to count.
No.
Desmond's showing where he'd like it. He'd like it just behind the jack and
Yeah, just in the
a
mix.
certain area there. And Hang's coming in nice and strong, maybe too strong. Sit.
Yeah, he's
No.
through to the ditch.
It's in the beach. All right, pick it out.
So I think Derek's just going to try the same thing. Maybe play it a little bit narrower. And if it swings, get in off the gray or the black. And at least get shot out of it. Ideally, he wants to trail the jack for 3 or 4, but I think he has to make sure it's shot first. Give him a chance at shot first.
Shot, yeah.
If it hangs wide and runs through, it's not going to help him. He's playing it on the forehand.
Yes,
A little bit more weight.
he is.
Maybe he's going just for the double.
The
I
gray
think
one
he's
is
still
there.
2 down.
Yeah, he's showing 2, and he's disappointed with that. Didn't do quite what he had hoped.
No, I don't think he made it any worse, but I don't think he made it any better either.
Better, no. He had a different vision in his mind.
Yeah, and it gave them,
Didn't.
it gave Hang's team the back bowl they needed.
Yeah, it wasn't what he was hoping for. Yeah, a shot like that makes you seem like you're working for the other team when you give him a back bowl.
Yeah.
But just the way it broke. Oh, he's drawing right in here. Cold draw and sit right there. Wow.
Well played. Perfect
If
spot.
that's 8 inches in front, yeah.
I think Derek's going to have to gamble with this one. Play a little bit more weight. I would think he's got a few on the tee. If he kills it, if he hits it out of bounds.
Yes, it could be to his advantage.
I don't think he'd be any worse down.
What do you think our greens are running today? Have you heard it all? The speed?
I haven't heard. It felt
Okay.
like about 13, 14 when we were
Is that
playing
right?
earlier. Yeah.
Okay. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's 14 then. And in Australia, what do they run?
Anywhere from about 15 to 18 or 19.
Much higher, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What does an indoor green run? Oh, I did not get that. Tried to move it out, didn't I?
Steadily about, it runs about 16 to 18 seconds.
Is that right?
But
And indoors,
it's
typically?
yeah, but it's a consistent one. Like on
Yes.
grass outdoors,
Oh,
you
it's
sometimes
changing all
get
the time, from morning to
yeah.
afternoon. Oh,
and you
for
get
sure.
a patch of the green that might be a little worn down, so it's a little bit faster. So that section might be faster. Like the green itself might be 14 seconds, but you've got a patch that's maybe 12 seconds,
Ah,
and then
that's
another
different.
patch that's 15 seconds.
Right, and depending which direction you're going, where you hit that patch, huh?
Right. Whereas indoor, it's pretty much the same speed all the way
Yeah,
across,
yeah, very
so it
much
doesn't
more.
seem as fast.
Right, okay. I know you've bowled those indoor ones
Yes.
in places, yeah. Now Newmarket has indoor.
Yes, they
I'm
do.
there.
Yeah, a shorter
and,
one. but
And you've done Richmond Hill?
I did once years
Once.
ago. Yeah, I don't
You've
play
done-
there regularly.
Have you ever
though.
tried Barrie?
No, I haven't.
You haven't done Barrie's? Not sure where else there are some, but...
Vancouver's the one in
Oh, it's the
Canada
big
that
one
I've
where they're
done.
going to.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where our indoor championship will be for Canada.
And then overseas, I played on indoor over there.
Over there?
The PBA
Like
ones.
Like Potters or something?
Yeah, Potters.
Potters?
The portable rink. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Wow.
So the misconception with indoor is that it's true draw is almost like a billiard table. It's not. They have their little quirks that need to be
it's
figured
not.
out. Some directions are faster than others. Some hands are faster than others.
Okay.
But it's a lot harder
That's
to figure out
interesting.
because the differences are harder to see than on a grass green where they stand out a little bit more.
Okay, interesting. We can see the, I wonder if that shows up in the film, how they've mowed the greens here that has been mowed on an angle, and that's particularly helpful because you don't want to mow in the direction that you're playing.
That's right.
For sure. And I suppose he might mow perpendicular to play on an odd time, but not as often as he's going to do angles.
Right, that's right.
So, yeah. The cut of the grass will affect the lay of the land and how the rink runs. There's lots of different equipment they use to keep the greens up to snuff. I know they do verticutting, and that one's a little heavy. It's dropped off.
And the polisher is very helpful too. That it's a type of roller where
Roller.
they usually roll it in the morning, and it adds to the speed of the green for the day, but it doesn't compact the grass like the old barrel rollers used to.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like there was a time where they recommended not rolling the green.
Oh, because they
it
had the barrel
compacted the
roller.
grass,
Yeah,
but then once
okay.
the polisher came out
Was
and was
amended?
yeah,
Okay.
it made it a lot better, and it adds enough speed.
Is the polisher what they use for the golf ones? Is it their putting green?
I think so. I think they do.
Okay, so some of the equipment is similar to the golf green?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if they dethatch or verticut on a golfing green.
I'm not sure.
Putting
either,
green,
no.
yeah, I don't know if they do
Or
that.
aerate. I'm not sure if
Aerating,
they aerate as
yeah,
well.
yeah, something else we do. We work on cutting out that sponge of root growth below the ground, because if you have too much of that, it slows it down and you're heaving. If you have to heave your bowls, you're playing takeout. You're not playing a draw game.
That's right.
And draw game is much more finesse, much more challenging.
That's right. It gives you more options.
Options as well, yes.
Okay, so Dave just took out Everett's shot bowl.
Shot, yes.
And Murray's going to try to replace it, but just getting a little under and short.
Little
So
narrow.
It looks like Hang's lying at least one.
The black one to the right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the gray, black or gray. Yeah.
Black or gray? Could be gray. Hard to see. You'll notice we have light standards, and we do bowl under the lights in the evening from time to time, depending if it's a league play. Not very often do we do tournaments at night, but I missed that one. It's in the ditch.
Yeah, a little bit heavier than he
Heavy
was
wanted, yeah.
playing. Just an open draw for Peter to try to get shot.
I think with that breeze and the sun, they're drying up more and becoming keener rolling, that they're not wanting to stop. They're not slowing down quite where they want them to.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter looks like he's running through a little bit, but he's going to stop in time.
He got there, and he's
Yeah.
shot, I believe. Yeah. I'm glad for that breeze. I'm hoping it's cooling them a little bit out there. I'm sure they're just suffering in this heat. Here comes a fast. Okay, there's a
Peter's going
guard.
to look to repeat that bowl.
Yeah. Get around that front one. And he does, of course.
So it's a little bit heavier.
It was. And
Stayed with it by
jack.
the looks of it. So still one.
Now, is that black one to the back there, is that their team?
I think
I've
so.
forgotten already. So they could be 3 or 4?
The short one's against. The short one's Dave's.
Oh, it's Dave's,
So
okay.
yeah, I think they're lying one.
One, oh, okay.
And then Dave's got second
Second
shot.
then, okay. Losing focus, sorry. Good thing you're watching. You know what's going on. You're keeping up with it, and I'm distracting you by talking. I know, they talk about, oh, it's such a slow game, watch the grass grow. Yeah, well, no, get your head in the game, watch what's going on. It's not that boring.
Yeah, especially not when you've played it and you know
And you know what they're doing.
you know how both teams are feeling right now.
Yes.
Like they've been
What
there,
they can do.
been on both sides of it. You know what Derek's team's feeling. They know that they need to score.
Score, yeah.
And Hang's team, they've got one hand on the trophy.
Yeah, basically it's 12-1, isn't it?
Yeah.
After 6.
So they
So
just have to
this
keep
is
their foot on the
seventh
gas. Don't let Derek's team back in it.
So 6 ends here. Here comes the fire that Derek knows how to throw, and missed Only took a last bowl and didn't change anything, I don't think, did it?
No, that gray one must be worth a few. And they've got
Mhm.
the back position, so yeah, he's probably trying to make it count.
Hang's got another bowl. Now Derek has a second one. Hang's gonna draw to the back, is he? He's not turning in well. Oh,
Yeah.
turning right there. Just where he wanted it.
Good spot. That helps.
Yes. Another fire.
Derek's driving again.
Yeah,
It's closer.
that's your runner. Bang! It's all dead. Now they're going to respot, and of course, there's a few bowls that are out of the rink.
Oh,
They're
he's
gonna
got
be
a
taken
few.
off.
I think Peter said 3 or 4.
Is that right? Take a look at this when they get it put up, because they got to get rid of those dead bowls. That was the last bowl thrown. Okay, so they're finished. I thought they'd have to set the jack out and start
Yeah.
counting, but apparently they could see it. So
Looks like a 4. So that's
That's
exactly
got
what
him.
they needed to get back in the game.
got him in the game. Yep. So 12-5 is a much closer gap.
This is a big end here for both teams. If Derek's team scores, it keeps the momentum going.
Yes.
If not, then Hangs opens it up and then puts that last end behind them. Again,
Yeah.
they played it well, but
Yeah.
yeah, they were just missing the back position.
They're not doing anything atrocious here. The mat's not coming up to the hog line.
No,
Surprise, surprise. To me, it's a surprise. He's just going to play a regular length here, by the looks of it. Shorter than what they have been playing, I think.
yeah, it looks like it.
Okay.
Oh, looks like it was short. Didn't quite
Oh.
make the hog line.
So somebody called that.
No, I don't think it made it. Derek just
Oh,
picked it up and threw it back.
The jack
right
didn't
away,
make it up
so
to where
yeah.
he was looking for. Okay, now he's going to bring the mat out here.
Yeah, that's where he's been playing this direction. So he's just going to
Okay.
do the same thing.
Same thing. Okay, what's been working? And it stayed on. That's good.
So Everett's been playing this length well, and he still is again. Great opening first bowl. Just slightly short.
Lovely smooth delivery.
Good answer. See pretty much the same thing from Everett as the last one. Maybe he'll add a little bit to give himself a back bowl.
Players are always getting ready there. Next one is sort of in the wings waiting. He's picked up his bowl for when it's going to be his turn. They like to polish them off and hold them. I think Murray's holding his bowl. It helps keep the game moving.
Yeah,
That you're not just coming off the mat, bang, and going to pick up your bowl. Johnny come lately. No, they're ready.
finished in a good spot. That looks like where the jack's going to end up going, if anything on the backhand. Ricky's bowl's locked in now.
He's got a forehand, is it? Rolling up looks a little short to me. Is it going to make it? No, it is short.
Seen a few short ones on that hand. I wonder if it's a little bit
Little
heavier
different.
than the other one.
That side just a little different, yeah.
Or you'll just want to trail the jack a little bit behind cover, just so that it's not open.
He's coming in with speed there. Nothing.
No.
And it went in the ditch. It's gone. Okay. Dave's asking, which way do you want me? Sometimes players step up and they know exactly what they want to do, and others want to see what the skip wants them to do.
Right.
Just depends. Is this a draw?
Good spot.
Yeah, it's a back one. Okay.
We're going to try the same sort of thing. Just take a little bit of weight off. Doesn't want to drop short, but doesn't want to lose it in the ditch again.
No, he doesn't want to be that
It's
heavy.
close.
He's come for it. Just a bounce there.
A little bit unlucky.
Yeah. Just a little bit narrow, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Bit a
blade
little
wider would have been perfect.
Would have been perfect, okay. Dave's going to send up another one. He's wider than he was. Coming in. It's a back
Yeah,
one.
great shot.
Good spot. Yeah, can't wing off that.
How early is Derek going to be aggressive here? I think he's going right now. I like that choice.
Is that right?
Yeah, like they've been playing on paper, the right shots the whole
Okay.
game, and it hasn't been working out for them.
Working out. Okay.
Last end, they were aggressive and ended up scoring a 4, so
Right.
I just keep that going.
There we go.
That helps. That's a much
Yeah.
bigger target now.
Yeah. Okay.
Desmond needs to trail it through before Peter does.
Mhm.
That's too big of a target to leave Peter and Derek.
He's trying. Right there.
Well played.
Beauty. He's got that. That's a toucher.
Great shot.
Yep. He sits back.
He went from 2 up to only 1 up, but it's a lot better now. He's got a lot better chance of holding on to that one shot.
Just a bit heavy. Fell off. Yep, dead.
Both hands are there for Desmond. Just matter which one's he's more comfortable with, which one Heng wants him to play. On the backhand, it looks like he likes it.
There, that's a nice draw. It's right beside.
Great ball, a little bit unlucky. It gives Derek something to rest on, but I don't think he's disappointed with it.
Yeah, the rule is when you come skipping down the green to follow your bull, you're to be there before your bull comes to rest. Otherwise, you're not to be moving
Right.
until it's time to move. Yeah.
I think players have a good camaraderie about that, though. Like they know Derek's going down to play his bull, so he's not going to be interfering if he doesn't make it in
no.
time. They're changing ends anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Oh,
There's still 2 down at least.
yeah. Don't think he's happy with that result.
No, Heng's going to stick to the backhand. I don't think there's any danger for him to be there. No need to be short. He can either turn the bull right beside it behind to get rid of the target, or trail the jack through a little bit farther. Desmond has a toucher right at the end of the ditch board.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It looks like the toucher could be counting, but I'm not sure.
It's hard to see from this angle. He's sending in nice weight. He won't be short, I don't think. I'm wrong. He is short. Didn't get in.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I think he just misplayed that one.
Okay.
Looked to make an adjustment with his next one if the
Because he
shot's still
hasn't
there.
blocked a port particularly.
No. Looks like Derek's going to drop short as well.
Yeah, darn, it was short. Not what he intended either.
Hang's going to look to make this free one.
Yeah, he's sending a nice one.
Makes it. Oh, he just got in.
Just.
So 3 for sure, maybe 4.
Yes.
So it looks like they got that 4 right back that they just gave up.
Just gave up, yeah. Wow.
So 16-5 for Hang with 4 ends to play.
There we go. Mathematically impossible yet?
Not quite, no.
No, okay.
But Derek's going to start needing to score some multiples to get back in it.
Right.
11 shots and 4 ends.
Okay.
An update on the bronze medal game. Chad Berge's team from the Lindsay area are ahead 10-8 over Terry Little's team from Ridgetown, Windsor, Meaford, and Belleville. Still a close game there. Hang switched back to his backhand going this direction.
He did. He's a little heavy.
Sorry,
Line.
Ricky switched back,
yeah. It wasn't bad. The Hang team, though, so
Yes.
almost the same difference.
Everett sticking to the same side. He's played it really well, so no need to change.
Yeah.
Still playing it really well.
He's just drawing it right there.
Great start.
Beauty, yeah. He got narrow
Yeah.
and missed it and didn't have the weight, so that's pretty much a junker out front sometimes, we'd say.
I think so, yeah. I think
Yeah.
Everett's looking at switching hands. He's sticking with the forehand.
Yeah, he's going to see if he can get around that. And he
Okay.
did. He's got a back one. Okay. Got the spot. Dave's ready. That's just what he wants to do. Come in with the backhand and see if he can't take that orange one off. Just a little
Yeah.
narrow.
Just near, yeah, really good weight.
The weight wasn't bad. He could have just touched it and moved it, but it didn't work. Murray's got backhand. No, forehand for his left hand.
Yeah, just a little bit short.
It was short too. We're misjudging here somehow. Dave's gonna try that again. Can't be this short. This narrow, following the same path.
Yeah, he took a little bit of weight off as
Even.
well.
Yeah. Not good.
Chance here for Murray.
Yep.
Just
can
get another one.
right around this. Come in on the west side here. Now curl.
It's wider.
Oh, it's not curling. This is where it's hanging. The weight
Yeah, and
wasn't
he had
bad
the
at
weight,
all.
yeah.
Yeah, the weight, but the grass, the land took him out there and hung straight. You can't see those fine hills or grooves that are there. Sometimes you can bank off of a run and come in, but where there isn't one that's going to take you in, then you end up staying out.
Yeah.
Okay, Desmond's coming that hand. He wants... Oh, just come up into the
Split a
mix.
few in. So they've got 3 seconds now.
Oh,
But there's still room for Peter to draw a second shot.
sure. Coming from that hand, yeah, I was thinking that. Oh, he's trailed it.
Good ball. You might have made 2 out of it. Murray, Brandon brought Murray's side bowl in.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still another close shot. Just a different bowl that's holding shot now.
Yes. Now, little Desmond's turn. No, it's hanging. It's running straight there. Didn't want to turn over to have the curve that you look for. Here we go. Nicely away. Wee.
Well played. 2 great balls by
That's-
Peter.
Very good. Drawn shot.
He's playing 2 solid ones. The way those 2 bowls on the backhand held out, it's going to be
Yeah.
hard to find the line to draw the shot.
Because it's not really there. I don't know if they could be used as a wing at all.
I
They
think they're a
seem
little
far
bit
out.
too far
They
away
seem
and
too
too
far
close
out.
to jack
And
high.
because that hangs straight there, it maybe won't let you wing
Yeah.
when it's a straight piece of turf.
It's
He's
fairly
got
close.
inside of that. He's going to come right up to it. Look at that.
A great
Beauty
shot. Great shot.
Yeah, they're clapping.
So I think that's Ricky's bowl in the back right where the jack's lined up to go to. So
If it got
That
moved
doesn't-
that way. Okay.
yeah, I think the orange one's covered the tee. So
Yes.
if Derek was to hit it, it'd have to go dead. But there's a lot in front. He's playing the
be able to
forehand
get-
still, so he must still see.
See something where he can draw in?
Yeah, Peter's bowl onto hangs.
I don't know. It didn't do. That's in the ditch. It's not going to hang. Okay.
Hang doesn't need another shot, so I think he's looking to see what his options are. Make Derek's shot as hard as possible, or just put another position in that if Derek does hit
Does
it.
something that it won't be a big count for him. Now Hang's new to the scene, and Desmond I think is fairly new, long
Yes.
bowler. And who else did they have?
Dave
Dave
Defoe.
Defoe is a veteran bowler, and Ricky Lau. I think Ricky Lau might be fairly new. Would he
think
be
so.
10 years or so?
I think
maybe?
it's a new team for sure. I
That
don't think
way.
they've played together before.
Oh, I don't even know that. That could be true. Oh,
Yeah, he's
well, that covers that one. Match ball for the back. Won't be a big end. We're gonna see fire here. No, solid. That's not a runner.
just seems to be walking on him. It looked like he played it. It looked like he made an adjustment, but it ended up in about the same spot.
Same spot. Just 1 point then. 17-8 is that?
Oh, and they're shaking hands. They're conceding the game.
Conceding the game. There we go.
So congratulations to Hang Lee and team, the 2025 Ontario Men's Force Champions.
There we go. And silver will go to Derek Mackay's team.
Yeah, since it's a knockout game, they don't have to play all the ends. And even though it's mathematically possible to catch up, the way it's been going, it's Hang's team's playing too well, and Derek realizes that. So he's conceded the game, congratulated them on their win, and he'll be back another day, that's for sure. Switching over to the bronze medal game now. They're playing their 9th end. The guys are blocking the scoreboard, so we'll have to wait a second to update the
Okay,
score.
we'll see that, yeah. There we go. Somebody has an 11, somebody has... Oh, can't see it. Oh, wait. But this is Brad Tichborne's man on the mat.
Dave Austin from the Windsor Club.
That's who it is. Dave Austin, yeah. He's got blue bowls.
11-8. So Chad Berge's team from the Lindsay area is ahead
Yes.
by 3, playing 9. So his third, Bill McCollum's coming down to play. And we're just switching over, so we'll try to figure out how the head's setting up as we go.
Looks like Terry Little is skipping for the Tichborne team.
That's
and,
correct, yes.
And Chad Berge is still skipping for his own team. Bill McCallum had his name registered a number of times, so I don't know if you want to call it the Bill McCallum team, but Chad went in as skip, so no, he didn't get in there. We don't know whose bowl is shot there, do we?
Looks like Dave's. Dave's one to the left.
The blue one is closer than the one in front, the dark one?
I think so.
Oh, that's possible, because we don't see it clear. He's got a red bowl here.
And that'd be Brad's
Burgundy.
team as well, I think, because we played Chad's team in the
Oh, earlier.
quarterfinal, and I don't remember anybody having green bowls.
Green bowls, okay.
So unless somebody switched.
Okay.
No, sorry, it is Chad's team.
Chad's team? Okay.
Yeah, Reese.
Reese.
His
Reese
second
has
is using green bowls.
Second is using green. Okay, there we go.
So Bill's just looking to draw in the backhand to turn Dave Austin's bowl out and sit for shot.
He's
Looks
come
like he's
to the
missed
back.
wide, but he's come behind. So good spot.
Yeah. This is Brad Tichborne.
He's another relative newcomer to the game, but he's
Yeah.
playing very well and
He's very
making his mark
competitive.
very quickly.
Very competitive. Does the orange bowl belong to Peter Stewart Shepherd?
Yes.
Okay. So we've got a set of gray and a set of red to come yet. He wants to come over into it, but it's going to come to the back. Okay.
Terry's just going to keep going down the forehand, try to promote Dave's bowl, or slip inside and draw it himself.
Slip inside and draw it. That's what I think Brad's hoping for by the signals. Terry's concentrating nicely away. Good delivery. Turning, turning, turning. No. I'm going to hit it.
We got Dave's. I don't think he got hard enough, though.
No, didn't move too much. He's got more narrow, but he's got such strength. No, it hung out. Going straight back. Not what he was after, I don't think.
I think Terry will just be looking to push Dave's up or come in off his own last one. Probably push Dave's up is
Push
the best
it up
result.
would be the best if you could come into it.
Try to lie 2.
Has he got the weight? He does have the weight, but it won't
A
turn.
little bit too much, I think.
Yeah, it won't turn. Nope. No use. So they're done there.
11-9 with 3 to go. Still anybody's game.
He's going to change the 11. Is he changing the wrong side? I think he's changing the wrong side on the
Okay.
scoreboard. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think they... Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's catching on that? No, he's not. He made it 12. And it should be 11-9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soon enough they'll figure it
They'll
out.
figure that
They'll,
out,
They'll
yeah.
switch it.
So, yep, Brad's caught it right now. This side, there we go.
Pierre Vanderhout,
Yes.
the lead for Terry's
He's from Kingston Club.
He was over in Switzerland recently and
Yes.
played in their national championship
Did he?
and ended up winning. So
I didn't hear
he
that.
gets to
Oh,
represent
wow.
Switzerland at the World Champion of Champions, I think, sometime next year.
Oh my.
So congratulations
I
to
had
Pierre for
no
that.
idea. Very good. I'll have to mention that to Louise. Louise didn't tell me that. His wife, Louise St. John. Oh,
Oh, it just
no.
fell in.
They've gotten keener yet as it dries.
That's a little uncharacteristic for Pierre. Much like Everett and Ricky in the gold medal game, Pierre's a very solid lead bowler. Very good draw weight.
Draw weight usually, yeah. It's 11 bowls. Here comes the orange. Looks heavy. Slow down.
Yeah, good start for
Peter.
Peter.
It's going to stay there. Yep, just barely.
Stayed on it.
Yep.
They've got the mat up almost pretty much to the hog
It
line.
looks
so
like it, and this, he tossed the jack just between the tee and the ditch, and it got to stay on. They put it on the tee to start.
That's a very short end.
Yeah.
Looks like Pierre's made the weight adjustment.
Excellent.
Pretty close.
There we go. He's in front.
Maybe 2 feet in front.
Yes.
Made Peter switch his hand.
Ah. Very deliberate. Well, he took some weight off, but it's still there, yeah. I think Pierre's is still short.
Yeah, lots of room for the seconds. Dave's just going to try to draw in. Line looks all right. Just a little high.
There we go, take it. No, it didn't come in. And it's
No, it
heavy.
fell in.
Fell off, okay. Yeah, it's a funny thing about terms in lawn bowling. When you say it's gotten keener, it actually takes more seconds to travel out and come down.
That's right.
The
Yeah, it's the time the green. It's the time it takes for a bowl once it's delivered to travel 90 feet. So that's how they time the green. So
didn't realize that. I know there's something called a stimp meter that MVP Sports is selling, and I don't know how accurate it is, but you roll the bowl down it and use the stopwatch and time things. Beautiful draw.
good adjustment
Didn't
by
quite
Dave.
make it there.
Second shot.
Yeah.
Reese Warren, the second for Chad Berge on his backhand.
Yeah, he's got the green bowls. Here we go. Terry Little is a champion master 5-pin bowler for Ontario. Been many, many years doing that, and picked up lawn bowling just a few years ago, so he's relatively new too. And I think Brad Tichborne is a police officer, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Yes. Up in Meaford.
Yep, yep. So there's, we don't know lawn bowlers what they do for a living until you're talking to them or get to know them.
Yeah.
Because out on the playing field, everybody's the same. Bill McCollum. Bill, I think, has been into marketing.
I think he's a relative newcomer to the game as well, but he puts a lot of work into his game. Like he practices a lot, plays a lot.
Yes. No longer a novice. He's more than that. Could be. I think he and Pierre are pretty much identical.
Okay.
Could be 10 years. Oh, he's sending Reese's in. Okay.
they're on opposite sides this year, but last year in the fives, Brad and Bill were on the same team as well as Pierre.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're former teammates playing each other now for the bronze medal.
Hadn't realized that.
Brad playing with White.
Chad Burgess fairly new too, isn't he?
I think so.
I think so, yeah. I think he was in the novice men's singles last year, if I'm not mistaken. That was held in Lindsay. For some of the sports, our eye-hand coordination is just very easy because they're sports-minded and they're athletic and they can do this so easily.
Yeah.
For others of us, we practice a lot more to get the same results.
Chad played a great shot with his last bowl in the quarterfinal to win in an extra end. He was down to his last bowl and played a double takeout to win the game. So
to get this far.
he might be new to the game, but he can handle the pressure.
Certainly can do it. Okay. Well, I know Reese Warren is fairly new to the game too, and he's been studying and has become an Ontario umpire, and he's taking on the head of the officiating committee, and he's been a school teacher, so I don't think he's retired yet, but I'm not sure. Maybe he is.
I'm not sure.
Not sure. His wife's also a school teacher. It's possible they're both retired. He has worked on the short mats in Lindsay, and they've really got a very big thing going there with short mat through the winter. He was telling me they've had 70 new faces through. Not 70 are coming out all the time, but that there's been that many when you go from beginning to the end of the season.
Okay.
Faces that they've seen, and that I think that's remarkable. For
great shot for Thierry.
Yeah.
Holding shot.
He's got that.
He was in a little bit of trouble. He was at least 3 down.
Had to do something, so he's got it changed up there. Giving that some chalking. Yeah, there's liquid chalk and there's spray chalk and there's just a regular chalk piece. And the spray chalk is the best to use in championships because you don't touch the bowl to put it on, whereas you might hold the bowl while you're striking it with a piece of chalk. So they're just different methods. Someone's told me the liquid chalk is hard to rub off. It doesn't want to come off easily.
Right,
So.
yeah.
But I know some colored bowls, it's hard to see chalk on them.
Yeah.
Depending what the color is, so that's another thing.
Chad's got a few options here. I think.
What are you saying?
I see driving the shot bowl. He's got the back bowls. He's got 2 or 3 seconds, and he can play. He can play a good drive. I think he's playing weight, but I think he's looking for something on the backhand, maybe an off of Bill's bowl.
No, didn't
Another back.
ditcher.
Those are all his bowls behind.
So
if he does get the jack back, he's going to score a few.
Yeah.
Lots of options to score a few here for him.
Brad wants to plug up a hole there. I know when I was finding the greens very keen where they were falling off the end, I had to envision stopping my bowl 3 feet sooner because the green just seemed to take it when it was too hot and keen and a downhill slope. And envisioning where it's stopping is a good plan for me. Here comes our heavyweight.
Now he's going for the bowl.
Yep.
He's close. He's got enough of it.
Oh, it moved it out. Okay.
Yeah, just got a piece of it, but enough to score 3.
Score 3 points. There we go. Well, that changed it up a bit.
So 14-9. That gives him a 5-shot lead with 2 ends to go.
2 ends to go. Okay.
He misses. He's 1 up with 2 to go. So that's a big shot. Big shot by Chad. I think it's the right shot to play. It seemed certainly looked the easiest.
Okay.
And he throws a good drive. So I think that was the right shot, and he made it. So they're playing short. They might want to have a look at that.
Is this made the hog line or not? How far is the mat out?
That looks like it's pretty close to the tee. Oh, they're letting it go.
You must have thought it was centered, too. Didn't see him move it. Sailing, sailing. Got a back one. Perfect line.
Yeah, good start.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit farther than he wanted, but it's better behind.
Yep. This is a nice draw. Slow down. I want to talk to the bulls.
Well, that one just looked like it didn't bend for him.
Didn't finish quite. Just that side of the green, maybe. That hand.
He's forced Peter to switch by the looks of it. I think the backhand's still there for Peter, but he doesn't want to hit it in. They've got a 5-shot lead now. They don't want to
mess that up.
Yeah, they don't want to hit the other team's bowls in any closer.
No, not if they can help it, for sure. Yeah, is that a nice cold draw? He takes the weight off. No, about the same as the other one. I think they're getting a bit of the breeze. I see their hats moving.
Yeah.
So that's good.
I'm sure it's a welcome breeze for them,
Yes,
too.
so warm down there. Here we go. You're getting closer now, Pierre. Wing off.
His weight's better.
Look at that. Wing right in there. There, he's got it.
Yeah, good one.
He's probably in front about a foot, would you say?
Yeah, it looks like about a foot.
A foot at least. So there's room to draw. And it's not coming back to draw. Not curling. A little heavy. Maybe a little wide too. Didn't have the line. Not as exact as I wanted. And Terry wants one back there.
Yeah, good spot for it. Behind, but close enough to still be in a count and a good counter.
Yeah. So Terry Little bowls out of Ridgetown, I believe.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, and
Good bowl for Dave.
If Dave Austin is Windsor, that's in the same district, I believe.
That's right, yeah.
And then Brad, though, is Meaford, and that would be District 8. And then Pierre would be, Kingston would be like
15?
15, I believe, yeah. So they've got right from one end of the province to the other on the same team, which is great. It's an open. We're not playing districts at all. And you can choose anybody from across the province. That's a fine thing to do. Making friends everywhere. There we go.
Yeah,
Nice
good bowl.
Yep, that's the shot.
Yeah, it takes the two yellow ones out of play.
Mm-hmm.
That were in the count before, possibly.
Oh, yes. I think it's a bit narrow, but see how it finishes. Oh, it was light.
A little late as well.
It was perfect line. It was just light then. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Bill's just going to try to draw on the forehand.
Mm-hmm. He's studying it really closely.
Yeah, just another bowl in the head. If he gets shot, great.
Mm-hmm.
They have the two back ones, but I don't think they need to do anything with them. They don't need to trail the jack all the way back to the orange ones. They can just keep playing the head.
Keep playing in the head. And the head is considered 3 feet or 6 feet around the jack?
I'm not sure if it's a measurement as much as just where the bowls are and how they might affect the end.
Right, okay. Beauty
Good trail.
Moved it a bit.
Might still be down one. Oh no, he got shot.
One.
Good bowl for Bill.
Stayed with it, yeah.
Brad's just going to follow him down on the forehand and try to push him and stay. Lie to if he does.
No, just
So
a bit
pushed
heavy.
through a little bit.
Just a bit heavy. It's a good position ball back there, actually.
It is, yeah.
Because I think the two orange are the opposite to
That's right.
his team, yeah. Okay. There we go. Coming in.
A little bit heavier.
Replaced it, maybe? Oh,
Gave it away,
Gave
but
it away.
it's in the head.
yes.
Just overplayed it a little bit.
Now that
Brad's
looks
going to try to take advantage. He's played a
narrow
better
to me,
line.
But yeah, look at that come in there. Curl right in. Oh.
Oh, good shot.
Yep.
Chad will just try to follow those in.
Mm-hmm.
Looks to be a narrower draw on the forehand, so it's not too wide and just let it swing in. Rest that red bowl that Brad just played or come inside it.
Right. somebody tell me there's only two names of shots. It's either the draw shot or the upweight shot, and I'm thinking, no, there's so many different things, whether you do a promote or a runner or a drive or a draw, like.
If it holds that line and runs, it's got a good one.
Look at that. Oh.
Good effort.
Yeah.
Shade wider might have had it.
Might have wicked off and come in, is what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes people who play pool and have all those cue balls, poo balls, they know how they break, and they can see those angles.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Do you play pool?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. It was Duffy Albright.
Yes.
Walkerton has sold pool tables in the business for so long, and his bowling is just remarkable.
Yeah, when we were younger, Duffy invited us into his pool hall one day and showed us a bunch of the angles, and we learned quite a bit from them, like stuff that we didn't know before.
Right. Okay.
And it works a little bit differently for
yes.
bowls because they're not perfectly round like a pool ball, but the same physics apply.
How they glance off each other. Yeah. I've never had that lesson, but I know we rented a pool table from Duffy and had it set up for Steve's 50th birthday. So he matched the pool table's felt with the room. There was a red painting in a room on a yellow wall, and he matched the red, and it just popped. It just looked like it was built to be in the room. It was fabulous. It was fun to play pool for a while. Here we go.
It's playing a little bit of weight by the looks of it.
Yeah. It's not going to be short. Got the
Trying to
glance.
make it count. That was his own that he turned away.
Oh. I don't really know where the jack is right now. It's in there. Tightly, maybe? Where they're bending over to see who shot?
Yeah, they're having a close look at it.
Yeah. Is it time to... Oh, it is the last bowl, so that was time now to do the measurement. Call the ump. Yep.
Yeah.
Come do this. So, when the ump is called, they're going to clear out the bowls that are not involved in the measure, and then they'll stay out of the umpire's way, so the umpire can do his job, and if he has a bowl on a slant, he'll wedge it, so it doesn't tip over, and yeah.
Jim Roth is our umpire for this game. He's coming out to perform the measure.
Get this figured out. Jim Roth is a greenskeeper in Woodstock. He's been an umpire for a lot of years. He's been a bowler for a lot of years. He's done greenkeeping in Sarnia many years ago, and then now Woodstock. So he's quite knowledgeable about these things. I believe he was a grocery store or something, manager or something at one time.
I believe so,
as a business owner, yeah.
If not an owner, yeah.
Owner, business owner. That's what I mean. His parents bowled.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, in Dresden.
That's right.
Yeah. And his brother Tom hails from Dresden, bowls out of Dresden too. And Tom is also an umpire.
Tom's also umpiring this game as well. I don't know if they
I haven't seen him. But
debated on who's going to come out and do it, or
how they did that. I think both of them have kids who are lawn bowlers, the girls. Aaron and...
yeah, Tom's daughters, yeah.
And
I don't think Jim's
not?
Kids
no?
bowl, I don't think.
Oh, okay, so it's Tom's daughters, okay.
So he turned the green one away, so that's the one that shot.
Yeah.
The one that he turned away, which I believe is Reese's.
Reese's then.
So it'd be one for...
One for Tichborne.
It'd be one... Unless they took one out already and they were measuring for second.
Oh, that could be measuring for second.
Yeah.
That could have been what they were doing.
Because they're changing Tichborne's score, so that's what it looks like what it was.
So maybe it was 2 then.
So 4 difference going home. So Piers brought the mat up.
He has.
Like the last time coming this way.
It doesn't look in front of the number to me, but I'm not in the right angle. Is it in front of the number to you?
They look like they're trying to line it up.
So we've got 14-10.
I like the strategy.
And this is the last end.
Yeah.
Okay.
4 down going home. It brings the ditch into play a little bit. It's sometimes easier to get a multiple.
Yep, the mat needs to move over. That's what I thought. Oh, only a corner. Okay. See what length he'll make it here, his natural length. Just about exactly what Terry ordered. Up by foot, but still within the play. And there it goes, right on the tee, I think. I remember one of the girls that was youth bowling with our kids, and she had yellow bowls, and she got yellow Crocs, and she had a yellow towel, and she had a yellow baseball cap, and she was just all matched up, and it was fun to see because I had never seen that before. Here we go.
Good start by Pierre.
Yes, it's got a back one. Okay.
That's what you want from your lead. When you're 4 down going home. A little bit behind. It's close enough to be shot, but also behind.
Behind, yeah. So the jack can come to him if there's movement.
Peter's just looking for a close one. Ideally, he'd be between the jack and the yellow bowl, but anywhere close is a good start.
There we are.
Good bowl.
He's shot. Yes, when I was mentioning the youth, one of the girls I was talking to earlier, she said something she learned when she started lawn bowling was that there was youth program across Ontario, that there were other youth bowlers. There was a youth provincials and there's a youth Canadians, and she wished she had heard about it sooner because she'd have been in more of them if she had. Some clubs don't talk about it, particularly if you're just joining and you're playing with the adults. You don't maybe realize that there's youth under 25 this year and the youth under 18.
Yeah, and the championships are next week.
Next
at the time of taping. Yeah.
In Cobourg, yeah. This is true.
There's a separate under 25 and under 18s,
under
right?
18s, yeah. And you have to be 12 by January 1st, I believe it was.
And some of the players that were in the tournament this weekend are also in that.
Yes, that's true.
So they can play at multiple levels.
Yes, youth can go anywhere. The only thing they'd be barred from would be the seniors, I think.
That's
because they can go in mixed pairs, they can go in men's, women's, novice. They can go in a lot of different levels. So lawn bowls is a good sport. You don't have to be bowling always with the women or always with the men. You can have mixed. There is mixed pairs championship coming up this summer. There's different types of bowls, whether you're playing singles, you'll use all 4 bowls. You play pairs, you'll use 4 bowls, unless it's a 2-bowl pair.
Pairs you can do 2, 3, or 4.
4 bowls, depending what they're calling for. Okay. And then triples, we have triples where there'd be a team of 3 men or 3 women, and they'll be doing 2 bowls.
2
triples.
or 3, yeah. Championships are 2, but a lot of times it is 3.
In the leagues, our league does 3, using 3 bowls, 3 players. And then, of course, our 4s is always 2. I've never seen more than 2 bowls with 4s.
No, never.
No.
2 good ones for Dave. So. They're...
it's hard to see with the men standing front there.
I don't think they're lying 4, but they're set up well, giving themselves a chance.
Just a bit short there, but... okay. They often say lawn bowls is a sport from the age of 9 to 90. I believe there's been some bowlers who are over the age of 90 who are still able to bowl, but they won't want to do it in this kind of heat.
No.
That's for sure. When we talked about indoor bowling, there's short mat. There's also carpet bowling, another type of indoor bowling. Okay, he's brought.
Good bowl for Brad, just wrecked on a short one. I don't think they're lying the 4 they need yet, but there's lots of options. They're going to have to take a couple risks, so that green one of Reese's is going to be in their way.
Yeah, going to affect something there.
Oh, Bill's playing a little weight. He's going to catch the outside. Great bowl. Wow. That gives him shot behind cover.
Yes.
And a second one, it's not really cutting out any of the other ones on Terry's team, but it's kicking around. Terry's looking at that combination, the red and the blue. It looks like it's lined up. It's hard to tell from here if it will line up, but even if it doesn't, it'll open it up.
It's got some weight.
It's just going to hold on him.
Missed chucks. Yeah, it did not come in.
Bill's just going to want to draw another one close. I think beat the yellow one, the closest yellow one. I think is a good spot for it.
Looks solid. Starting to curl right there. Isn't that lovely?
Two great shots from Bill.
Beauty draw. Wow, fall in. Just like that.
That could be the medal winning shot.
Hmm.
It's going to take Terry at least 2 holes to get 4, if 4 is even there. They're looking at the angles. Jack in the ditch clean is only 2, and it have to go to the left, and it's not going to. If it gets hit, it's going to go to the right.
Go to the right, yeah.
Where they'd only be lying 1, and if the shooter came in 2.
Yeah.
I think if that plant that they were looking at before, that red-blue combination, is still on, and play that with their first one.
Let's see where it gets them, and then
Yeah,
it would open it a bit.
See what happens with going for the shot pull.
Don't know if they think that way. You being the championship bowler here, knowing how this could work the best. And these guys who are more new at our game.
Well, that's the thing with being 4 down, going home. There's no good options. It's
Do or die.
having an option is a bonus.
Yeah. He's got solid, but I don't know that it can come over. Miss it all. Yeah. Oh, he took the jack. And what
up at the side?
is it still in the rink? They're not moving it, so I presume it's still in play. What does it look like?
Looked like Peter Stewart Shepherd is shot with his orange ball.
Orange ball. Okay.
So that's Chad's team.
So
How many seconds does Terry have? Just 2 by the looks of it.
2. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's
No.
and yeah, I think
What
Terry
can-
needs 2 more bowls. He'd need to push the orange and stay, and then draw another.
What can Chad do with it? He wants the jack. Wow.
Great bowl.
They're cheering. Must have got it. And
Great.
Jack is still in play.
Great finish to the weekend for Chad's team. They
Yes.
they had a good. I'm not sure if they won their last round robin game, but they didn't need to. They won their first 2. They were guaranteed first in the group,
Yes.
and then won their quarterfinal this morning, and then just lost the semifinal in an extra end
yes,
on a
yes,
tough
yes.
shot. So they've had a really good weekend. So
Good weekend, yeah.
it's nice to see them finish strong.
Okay. In lawn bowling, when you there's the winner, and then the other guy says, "Well, he had a lesson." So. He's going to try it again. He adjusted. He doesn't
Had
have
to
a-
try it.
Yep, doesn't have a third bowl to change anything. So,
So Chad Berge's team wins the bronze medal.
bronze medal for Ontario. Shake hands all around. That's something in our sport. They always shake hands at the beginning of a game. They shake hands at the end. It's very important, the etiquette. Gentleman's sport, I think they've called it. It was Sir Francis Drake, wasn't it, way back in 1548 or something, who was what was that Spanish fleet called that was coming in? And
The Spanish Armada.
yeah, that's the one.
They were playing a game, and
Yeah.
he said they have time to finish the
Finish it.
game.
Yep. Yep. The ships in those days were slow coming in. So anyway, well, it's been great chatting with you, Mike.
Well, my pleasure, Barb. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you for joining us at home.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed the bowls.
Yeah, and contact any of the clubs near you. You can find that on the website, olba.ca, and it'll bring you up the Ontario Lawn Bowls, and you can find a club closest to you. There are clubs that are non-OLBA around the province as well, but when you're in OLBA, you get to do championship bowling, and you get to go to the Canadians and sometimes to the Worlds, so